Again, we're not sure if both or one of the towers was hit by a plane, but we do know 2 separate planes hit the towers, and that has resulted in this battle of the blaze that we are watching right now. We do see flames in Tower 1. You can see it at the base of the smoke on the left, and we do know that there's some very serious fire which they're having to battle here today. Again, if you're just joining us, you're looking at live pictures of the World Trade Center in Lower Manhattan. And what we understand is that 2 separate planes have hit the World Trade Center, causing, as you can tell, a massive explosion and fire. There are flames, as you can see through the windows, through that smoke. You can see that there must be a major, major fire, which people are having to battle right now. Hopefully people are going to be able to get out safe. Those stairwells, of course, are built especially for disasters like this. We do have disaster teams in Manhattan. Out of all cities for this to happen to, Manhattan, of course, is one of the best equipped. We have some of the best firefighters in the world, if not the best in the world, who are going to be able to battle the blaze. It will be an internal attack. There's nothing you can really do external, and again, we do have smoke coming out on all sides of the World Trade Centers at this point, and the World Trade Center Tower 2 is also on fire. They're going to be using the command center. We'll be issuing different commands and trying to coordinate this. This is a massive thing that they actually have to coordinate. Now, there's also an awful lot of debris which is falling from this building, so they're obviously keeping people out of this general area, but debris will be following. So even people who are getting out of this building kind of have to be very careful as they come out not to be hit by some of the falling debris. That can be just as dangerous as being inside in many ways. But you can see the heat and the intensity of the flame in there. This is going to be a very difficult fire for firefighters to battle. They are going to have to do it wearing high-rise packs, and they're going to have to be using air bottles in order to be able to fight the fire. Those air bottles only handle 30 to 45 minutes worth of air, so the cascade system will be in place to help keep those bottles filled. Also, it's just very important to know they cannot vent this from the outside because obviously it's such a tall tower. It is one of the tallest buildings in the world. Both of these buildings are, and of course, what we have here is the very top portion of Tower 1 is on fire. You can see the side of Tower 1 is also, it's now the fire is starting to vent out to the side here. There is falling building. There's a lot of glass in this building. There's a lot of other fuel. As you can imagine, if a plane hits a building like this, there is a lot of fuel in both possibly the plane as well as the building. There's a lot for it to eat up, a lot of stuff which is very noxious. That's going to make it very difficult for people. If you're in the building, it's a good idea to wet a rag, cover your mouth with it, hit the floor, feel the door before you actually open the door. That makes it very difficult because you don't want to open the door if it's hot. That's the worst thing you can do. Air traffic control has asked us to move back from the buildings. We are now on the other side of the Hudson River. I would say actually over the New Jersey Turnpike. We're bringing you live pictures of the World Trade Center. As you can see, both towers, Tower 1 and Tower 2 on fire. Tower 1 on your left, the upper portion of Tower 1. Tower 2 is also on fire from probably the middle portion of the building. That fire does not seem to be as serious, although it's hard to tell from our vantage point, and this is the best vantage point that air traffic control will let us have at this point, as you can well imagine. If you are tuning in and watching from Lower Manhattan, it's a very good idea. Again, do not turn on your water. Please do not use your washing machine. Do not use your dishwasher. Firefighters need all the water pressure they can get at this point. Very, very important for us that you actually heed these firefighters. They really need your help in this one. This is how you can help out. Again, do not go wandering downtown. They need all the ability that they can do to get to these different areas. They need to be able to set up their command centers, get the different firefighting equipment down there. It's just a good idea. Please do not sightsee. This is not the time to do it. You can look at the pictures here on television. That's really going to be your best view anyway. However, if you are somewhere in New Jersey or Brooklyn or even in Queens, you probably can see the plume. I mean, you can probably see this from the George Washington Bridge. There is a huge plume of smoke into the sky. We are hovering at about 1,500 feet. That plume goes at least another 500, if not another 1,000 feet above us. As you well know, the World Trade Center is one of the tallest buildings in the world. Another plane has hit in New York City before. It hit the Empire State Building shortly after the war. It was a B-25 at that point, and so this is not the first time that a plane has hit a high-rise in Manhattan. We do not know the circumstances as to why these two planes have hit the World Trade Center. We are trying to garner some information for you, but as of now,